Hello, dear Libra. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. I hope that you're all well. This is your March 15th till the end of March 2019 general and love reading. Just letting you know that you could hear thunder in the background, and it's, the storm is just brewing right on top. So let's see. Please try not to get scared if you hear it very loudly coming through the window. There it is. Okay, so dear Libra, let's see what your Karma Dharma card is for middle till end of March. This is a very difficult time that we are moving through the next couple of weeks with Mercury still retrograde in Pisces. And you've got the Chariot, which is really good. I love this card. This is the energy of Cancer. And Cancer could be home, family, mother, your foundation, even your extended family. So some of you could be literally moving house, moving business. Let's take the divine spread for Libra. Now you are second in line that I'm doing your reading because of the views. Thank you so much for your support. Let's take your cards. So at the foundation of your reading, Libra, is the Ten of Cups. In the hidden position to you is the Ace of Wands. In the recent past, Knight of Pentacles. In the now position, there's the Tower. Wow. And the Tower is so much like the thunder and the lightning that's happening right now. Let's look at your highest ideal, your goal, and what's on your mind is the Fool. The action and advice to take is the Eight of Cups. The outcome, dear Libra, is the Seven of Swords. And what is the divine position? What is planetarily happening for you? And we're having a full moon in Libra, so there is a culmination. There is something that is finishing up, something that you will know about around the 20th of March. That's when the full moon will take place at 1 degrees of Libra, and that's going to mean a lot of new beginnings, culminations and new beginnings, of course. Let's look at the divine position. And we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is the sign of Libra. But before I move on, I'd like to take another card on the Seven of Swords. Now, you've got another 7 here, which is the Chariot. Sevens are always the divine number for me. So let's see what this Seven of Swords is as the outcome. First, because that card can mean, sneakiness, trying to get away with something, but it can also mean intelligence. So let's look, and we've got the Page of Swords. So yeah. Okay, so Page of Swords always is the truth, always speaks of truth for me. Now, I'm going to later, at the end of the reading, take an angel answer. Okay, where I will answer your question if I am able to do so. But let's see what's going on here. So Libra, 10 of Cups means, this is a family situation. This is some sort of a completion where you've gotten to the luckiest, the happiest time of your life in a family situation, in a home situation, anything to do with your foundation. And this could even be, of course, being in a business, which is like a family where you've, been successful. Okay, but it's a 10, which means that it breaks up. If we drop the 0, it turns into the Ace of Cups. So endings and beginnings, just like the full moon that's going to happen in your sign. Now, what you don't know, creatively, passionately, and through your inspirations, you've got a new beginning. You don't know this, though. This is hidden from your sight. And, the Ace of Wands is usually, I see it as the light being switched on. So what you don't know is that, yes, this is the hand of the divine, offering you a new beginning. Now, this can be around creativity, anything that you want to manifest, because, you know, this is the spark and the fire, which makes us take action. Taking action, therefore, brings on the manifestation, because staying idle and not doing anything will not bring anything to you. So this is beautiful. Now, this could even be a new relationship. It could even be a brand new beginning in moving in together with someone. Okay, so this can, you know, the Ace of Wands, because it speaks of business and vocation, this could be a brand new business that you are wanting to start. Some of you could be, you know, you may have been happy where you were, but you feel as though you want to change things up, and that is on your position of the mind and what you're thinking about. You've got a brand new start here, and this is Aries energy. So some of you are dealing with Aries. Now, Mercury will be moving soon into Aries, same as the Sun. On the same day, on the 20th of March, the Sun will be moving into Aries, and we're going to have the equinox. So it's a very, very important time. And, okay, so the rain is starting after all that, and I'm sure you can hear it. And I'm not sure if you've had a reading in the past which said suddenly the rain comes in. If I remember right, it was Libra, and look, it's happening for some of you right now at this time. So, you know, with the rain that's coming down and the thunder that was happening before that, it signifies to me a lot of anger, which is the Tower moment. So when you watch this video, this could be the time that you're actually going through it. And the Tower is, again, it's, you know, it can be Scorpio energy, okay, death and transformation, change. But I see this as Uranus, and Uranus is where Venus is. Venus is your ruler. Venus brings in money, love, values. So, you know, a lot of you could be dealing with matters such as these. So, in the recent past, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's a very passionate sort of, it's an aggressive, passive-aggressive sort of energy here that I feel, because there is so much red within this Earth energy. So the red can speak of temper, it can also speak of aggression, but as it can also speak of passion. So here we go again, and the rain comes in with a vengeance this time. And I hope that you can hear me well. So you are wanting to start a brand new cycle. Therefore, that's why a lot of you could be literally or metaphorically moving to a different place, different place that you will be living in, or a different place where you will be starting your own business, maybe starting on your own. That's the Fool. As you can see, he's traveling very lightly. And this could be something that is going to happen from one day to the other. And you are willing to take a risk. As you can see here, with the Eight of Cups, the Fool is moving towards the past, moving towards going back to the past with retrograde planets, Mercury. You are going to the past to pick up something that you've left off before you can start this new beginning, I feel. Now, there are opposing forces here, and that's where the clashing, and that's where the Tower comes in, right? So, as you can see, the Fool is right in the middle, and I feel as though some of you could even be the meat in the sandwich at this time, where Libra can end up being the meat in the sandwich, because they try to instigate democracy and balance through, you know, and with other people. So you could be the one that's finding yourself being taken for a ride, if you are the person that's the instigator of trying to bring in balance. And that could be in any sort of a situation where there's two more people concerned. That could be for some of you. For others of you, you are probably going separate ways. You could be, for some of you, going separate ways in something that did not fulfill your desires, your hopes, your emotions. So therefore, you know, and some of you could even be traveling, wanting to travel, go to a spiritual retreat, wanting to, maybe you could be going through a growth spurt, a Saturnian growth spurt, where, you know, just out of the blue, you get up and you start to move physically, and therefore bringing in the change, emotional change that you are looking for in your life. Now, here as the outcome, we've got the Seven of Swords, and sevens are a number of the divine. So whatever intelligent move, as you can see, this man is moving. Whatever intelligent move you're making, I feel as though it's going to bring you to a moment of clarity. And if we put these swords together, because the page can be information that's coming through, and it can be anything to do with education as well. The Page of Swords is usually the student, so the message that's coming in will educate you in some way. And putting the swords together, it's the Eight of Swords. So do not let yourself be held back from fear. Don't think that this is in your physical world. This is mainly in your perception, dear Libra. And our perception for all of us can be quite clouded at this time. Okay, so in the divine position, you've got this Six of Pentacles, and this could be a card of, you know, equilibrium, coming into balance. It can also speak of alimony for those of you that are moving to a different place, moving out of a relationship, starting something on your own. You know, I think that you will find your balance. Others of you could be, this could be advice that, you know, the divine is telling you, yes, go for equality, do what you have to do, take that risk, and, you know, throw those dice and see what happens. Take the risk right now, because it is a time of redoing things, having a chance to rework things, communicate again and again in relation to information that could be muddled up, missing, or just lacking at this time, with Mercury being in the last zodiac sign of Pisces. So, you know, this card can also speak of equally giving and receiving, finding your balance within a relationship. Others of you could be, this card could be saying that, you know, this is a time of you balancing out your finances. It's a 6. So through a new business, even though you may need to pay out money, and you know, with Jupiter being in Sagittarius, and Jupiter can speak of luck and abundance, sometimes Jupiter can expand on needing to give more money out, so therefore you can receive once you've done the work. Okay, so this can be, yes, legal issues and getting to a point of balance, but it can also speak of child support for others of you. Now I'm going to take some more cards. Obviously I need more clarity, more information. Let me take 2 cards on the Chariot. Some of you are just following your heart to, wow, following your heart and your wish. Why do I say that? Because we've got the star here right above his head. We've got the star. So some of you could have been dealing with an Aquarian. Aquarius, as I said, is where your ruler is right now. So some of you could be coming up with an ingenious idea about how to move on in your life, in or without a romantic relationship. Could even be, you know, partnership in business. And it could even be, if it's not romance, it could even be just a relationship of any sort. Family, you know. So you come up with an ingenious idea, but that could come to you even through the divine, because you know the chariot is the divine. So that idea, that light, that inspiration, that idea comes to you, and therefore you move forward with it, even metaphorically, you know, intuitively, logically. Let me take another card. And that will bring you to a point of success and even to healing. Let's see another card. And we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini. So this is a head over heart decision, of course. And it's also a card of balance. So some of you could be in a very karmic relationship at this time. And you're obviously going through lessons. We've got here, look at the conversation that's happening here. We've got two knights. One is a very slow, steady, earth energy knight. But as I said, with all that red, there is more aggravation. It's as though he or she, they're stopped in their tracks. Now, you know, the Knight of Pentacles can be an earth sign. I usually see it as Virgo. Here with the Knight of Wands, this is more than likely. Yes, it's fire, so it's Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, but I see it mainly as someone, I see it mainly as Sagittarian energy, but also someone who is more passionate and someone who is willing to make the move, someone who is willing and not able to stop. Okay, so I feel that there is a jittery sort of energy here between the conversation that's happening here. So one person is going more with their more stable. They're usually very stable. They're going for more what is tangible, whereas the Knight of Wands is someone who's much more creative, someone who's much more passionate and spontaneous. So, and you know, with the earth energy here, this Knight could be stopped in their tracks because of the energy of Mercury. There's someone who will think and think again, and sometimes even, you know, wanting to be stable and certain before they move forward. That could prove to make them more passive-aggressive, as I said before. Now, the Knight of Wands can speak of movement to a foreign place. You know, the Knight of Wands is right on top of the Cancer card, the Chariot. So, you know, the Knight of Wands can also be the player. Okay, someone who is more sexually driven than stable. Okay, there's someone who can go from one place to another quickly. They don't stop and smell the roses. They don't stop and be stable. They're very free-spirited. I will have to close that window. Hold on a second. Oh, wow, you can still hear the rain. Wow, what can I do? I can't do anything about that, so it's stop and start with the rain. But anyway, so I feel here, you know, some of you could even be dealing with a Gemini, and Gemini is, of course, all about communication. Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, and there is difficult communication. And, you know, Mercury is not only about communicating, it's all about movement. So unless Mercury moves direct, this will not take place. Not until the end of March. It stations direct, which means that it's going to sort of slow down and then move direct, but it still will be in its shadow phase for a couple of weeks. So yes, we can do things after, you know, once April comes in, but it's still a little bit not as good as mid-April. So for those of you that are planning on actually even traveling to a distant place, be careful. Be careful with your itinerary. Be careful with the communication. There could be delays, big delays. So what I want to do is take some more cards, of course, and let me begin with the Ten of Cups. Now, some of you could actually be moving away from a stable home. Well, okay, so 3 cards fell out. I'm going to take them. And this is on your foundation. So we've got, again, the Chariot. We've got the card of the Star. And we've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords can be, of course, Aquarius. It could even be your energy. And it could also be Gemini. So Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Now we've got the Aquarius card here. So I'm going to say Sun, Moon, or Rising. Mostly we've got, you know, we've got a lot of air energy here. So we've got the card of Gemini right here. You've got double movement with the Chariot twice. So moving away from your foundation, from your home, from your stability, and taking a chance, of course, going for what your heart pleases and what your heart desires. And Aquarius is where your ruler is, as I said. Now, you know, the Knight, the King of Swords, can also be a solicitor. It can be a doctor. And I feel truly with these cards here, they're saying that truly you are speaking your truth. You're going for what you've always wanted, what is a wish come true for you, and you are moving forward, okay? So you're not actually letting anyone or anything stop you, except for time. I would say time would probably be your main concern here. And let's see what that Ace of Wands is. And we've got the 9 of Wands. So together, the 9 and the 1, yes, they add up to the 10. So this is the end and the beginning starting. So you've been through what you've been through. The 9 of Wands is, you know, protecting everything that you've built. It's being at your, not at your wits' ends, but at your strength's ends. You've put up a harsh fight. You've put a lot of energy into this new beginning, and you deserve it. You deserve this new beginning. I feel as though, as I said, because you've put in a lot of work, the hand of God is giving you this Ace of Wands. So there you go. There's a completion here. And obviously, again, completions bring brand new starts. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles in the recent past. And you've got the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, being on the same page, finding your balance, emotionally, being at some sort of a juncture, I would say, dear Libra. Because the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, there is some sort of a communication that I don't know if you can, if you've understood what I said. What I said before was that these two people are quite different in the sense that the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands are very different. Okay, so I believe that these are two different energies. One is your energy, pick one. The other one is your partner, whether this is family, business, or love. And I feel that there is some sort of an aggression because of too much passion, because of differences, just general differences in your persona. Now, we've got the 2 of Cups, which, yes, I said I'm not reading reversals, so that could go any way. Now, 2s are always balance. Yes, you are always trying for balance, but what is this Tower? Let's look at the Tower. And you've got the Hierophant. So suddenly, and it's a 5. The Hierophant speaks of faith, marriage, being part of an institution, hierarchy in a corporate setting. And this is change, obviously, because, you know, with the Hierophant is the energy of Taurus, and Taurus is our values. Taurus is also the house of, you know, I have. So values change. Maybe your values are what brings the change here. Let's take another card on the Tower. And Eight of Swords, there it is. Feeling the victim, not being able to move because your head is, you're battling with your logic at this time. But yes, a lot of you have had a lot of fear. You've wanted to get out of a marriage or a restrictive religious group, maybe. Others of you could be wanting to get out of a situation, and therefore you are working with a church, working with a guru, and finding support there. But the change is going to come in whether you like it or not, dear Libra. We've got the Tower here, okay? And you don't even have time to worry about it because it's going to happen quickly. Let's take the Fool. So this is a bright new start. Wow. And we've got the Empress as well as the Devil. And the Hierophant is very much like the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy, restrictions. This is, well, some of you may have fallen pregnant without being in a relationship, a marriage, and that is what's worrying you. Maybe this is against your religion, because the Devil is a very sexual, physical energy. And we've got the Empress, which is the Mother of Earth. This shows Libra, your ruler. Now, the Empress can also speak of manifestation, and the Devil can mean hard work. So the cycle that you are beginning will give you manifestation, but through hard work and through hard lessons, because the Devil, and when I was saying that time could be the issue for you, maybe you are trying to beat time, but everything takes its time to manifest. The seed needs the watering, it needs the soil, it needs the sun to grow. So the Devil can be a card of fear as well. So again, we've got quite a bit of, we've got the dark and we've got the light. So some of you are seriously stuck in your shadow side, thinking that you cannot start this new cycle, but taking that risk, going for it, it's a time. And as I said, whether you like it or not, the Tower is here. You're going to move into this energy, and for some of you, your fears are overriding your power to manifest. And thankfully then the Tower comes in, thankfully, okay? And I believe that the Tower is one of the most positive cards in the tarot. Yes, it can be really tough at that moment, but it will take you to a better place because it's the divine, it's the hand of God. So let's look at the Eight of Cups. And we've got the Judgment card, which is Scorpio and Pluto. Transformation, moving into having a second chance, whatever has died for you, whatever you could not, whichever situation you were in that you could not manifest, the Ten of Cups. For those of you that were looking for that relationship, that partnership, that agreement, then you're being given a second chance. Maybe even moving is going to behoove you. And that's metaphorical, literally moving. And the Judgment says that whatever, this is the angels, yes? Whatever has died and finished, it's time for you to start to pick up your pieces and just move on. You've got the support. Whether the support comes through family, through the ethers, through the church, through your mother. Okay. Now I feel as though for some of you, this is the time of Pisces, and the Pisces is escapism. So there is a sense of escapism here, whether it is through drugs, alcohol, food, sex, whatever it is. For others of you, it could be escaping physically, leaving a burdening situation, leaving a a relationship that was narcissistic. Maybe there was a time of being on the same page, but I feel here that there is change for a lot of you. Now, you know, it doesn't always mean that the devil gets the better of us. And what I want to say is that for some of you, better the devil you know than the one you don't. This will be important for you. For others of you, this is escaping the devil, escaping what the devil is in your life here. So it can go either way. I'm reading the energies. This is a general reading. Please watch your moon and your rising sign, as well as your Venus if you're female and your Mars if you are male. For those of you that know where your North Node is, please go and watch your North and South Node videos, okay? So let's see. I'm going to take one more card on the outcome. And there's the completion, the World card. Okay, so this is Aphrodite. Aphrodite is ready to be born. Aphrodite can mean is Venus, and it can mean moving to a foreign place, a foreign country. This is a time of getting over stubbornness, rigidity, and going with it. This is a cycle that is completing. Now, you may have already started a new cycle, and this is the last of it, the tail end of it. The South Node, you know, North Node is Rahu, South Node is Ketu. It's the tail end of the dragon that you are finishing up with. So, you know, and speaking of the South Node, it's letting go of past things that were very familiar to you. That's you're being intelligent and letting go of past situations that did not work for you, and therefore you start fresh and clean. So there's an energy of going back and forth right now, but the outcome is the World card, which is closing up a major karmic cycle in your life. Now, others of you, this could be you expanding your business through the World Wide Web and putting a lot of hard work in there. For some of you, it's going to be necessary for you to travel. Others of you are letting go of a chapter that's closed in your life, and you are traveling before you can actually settle down. Let me take, and I did say that time could be your issue, and we've got the Lord of Karma and Time here. And, you know, the World card is Saturnian, which is the ruler of the devil. And Saturn also rules Aquarius, but Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus. So it's like, and I'm going to say there could be a love triangle. Okay, here, there could be a love triangle. And if you notice here, look at the star on the devil's head. Right here, we've got the same thing. The star on the man's head. So I'd like to know how that works out for you and what that says for you. I'm taking one last card here before I take 3 Sibillas on the 6 of Pentacles. And we've got the 5 of Swords. So yes, there's 3 people here, and this is a battle. It's an imbalance, obviously. And it's an intellectual energy, obviously, because, you know, it's your perception. Could it be that you are seeing very unclear at this time, and your perception is bringing up the fears? It is a very harsh time of, you know, mental fears at this time. So let's take one last card. Since we've got the 5, we need to see what the change is. Oh, wow. Still Pisces. This is Piscean energy. 7 of Cups. Things are up in the air. You've got the choices, though. You've got choices to make, which is many times it's a good option. Many times it can be difficult because we've got so many choices that we don't know which cup of these to take. But, you know, 7 again, it's the divine. Listen to the divine. Let's see what that full moon in Libra will give you. You will receive the information. You will receive the helping hand to tell you how to move forward. Let's take some Sibillas, and I want to look at the divine position. We do have 5, 6, and 7 here, which says that we're, you know, back and forth. Let's look at the 3 Sibillas. So we've got the Hierophant again. Now, you know, this is Taurian energy. And right across Taurus is Scorpio, which is transformation. The Judgment card is Pluto, which rules Scorpio. And Scorpio is, you know, shared resources, your partner's money, sexuality, change. And here we've got the Sacerdote, which is the priest, which can speak of a marital situation, anything to do with faith, religion, secrets being withheld, maybe. He's holding his cape up. He's hiding something beneath that cape. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Hymeneal, which is like the Ace of Wands. So this is a spiritual bond. This can also be a contractual agreement. Someone is popping the question. This is a new partnership in a new agreement that is probably blessed by the church. But this could, let's see what the 3rd card is, because that's going to make all the difference. Wow, we've got the card of, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. This is like Jupiter. Now Jupiter can bring legal situations in, you know, a battle with legalities. We've got the 5 of Swords here, but Jupiter can also bring you blessings. Now Fortuna means fortune, right? It's the Wheel of Fortune. And here we've got the 5, it's like the 5 of Wands. So trying to build on something. There is change coming here. Jupiter is changing things up here. And I believe that the divine does not want to answer anything else at this time because of, you know, these difficult cards here. What this reading is telling me is that Jupiter brings success. It even says it on this card. However this success speaks to you. So if we look at the 13, 14, it does add up to the 20 because we've got 19 here. We can add up the numbers. As you could see, we've got 13, 7, and 5 equal 19, which is the number of the sun, okay, which is Leo, and it's the heart. It's also children. But also, if we add the 1 and the 9, they equal 10. Again, it's Jupiter, okay, and it's the Wheel of Fortune, bringing in success for you. Let me try to answer your question. Please think of a question and I will try to answer it for you. Spirit guides and angels, Libra needs their answer for the question that they will ask. And dear Libra, I will read from the book through the message. You may even be able to get your answer. If not from the card fully, then the book helps. So Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, please, I need a question answered for Libra, the sign of Libra. And we've got not the right time. So let's read. And remember what I said about the devil and timing? Let's read from the book. It doesn't mean that it will not happen. It means that it's not the right time. So let's read from the book. This is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. This answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. Timing, you see. It's all about timing, dear Libra. There is a lot that's going to happen once Mercury starts to move direct. Okay, so from the 15th of April onwards, a lot will show up. So I'm looking forward to the April readings. I do hope that this was of help to you. And don't forget to watch your moon and rising signs. Sending you lots of love and blessings. And thank you so much for your support and everything you do. Okay, so see you soon.